Hey guys, another video by Djsprc. Today I want to show you guys how to solder Deans. In the Deans family, you do have two models, male and female, that basically they go together. We're going to show you today basically how to solder these guys. Now, in one of our last videos, I showed you how to do a Traxxas connector. We're going to use this one and put a male Deans on this side right here. Again, like the other videos, if you're doing a battery side, putting a Deans on it, make sure to do one wire at a time, not both. Now, because we're just making an adapter here, it's safe we could remove on both wires. Now again, you don't want too much to be removed. And like I said, I like to twist them a bit. Now, compare to other connections like the Traxxas, or if you go with the EC3s, AC2s, AC5, this is an AC5 that goes inside, that protects your wire. Same thing as Traxxas, they're inside. Deans, you need shrink tube. And one thing not to forget is put your shrink tube first on. Of course, I didn't put it on right now. Let's go here in my case and grab shrink tube. Now, just for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use one just to show you guys exactly. This is a red one. We'll go on the red one. And you just leave it that way. Now, in my jig here, I have already a Deans. Now, you got to remember on the Deans, there's a positive, negative. And on this one, it is written. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. This is positive. This is your negative of your blades. And if you're soldering small wire, your negative is going to be here. You could do your positive right here. But to make sure when you have a bigger wire, it's a little bit hard. And there's not enough space. Basically, what I do, I go solder outside right here where there's more space and there's no chance of shorting these guys out with the solder. Now let's start tinting our wires. Again, we're going to do one by one. I'm just going to grab a little bit bigger solder today. I'm going to hold my wire again and starting to put a little bit of solder on the gun, and you feel the wire start wicking it. There we go. And we're going to do the other side. Now again, you don't want too much and you don't want too little. And I am using a soldering station. If you are using a gun, pistol grip, or even a pencil, be sure to have at least a 60 watt. Because a 30 watt won't be enough. It doesn't heat up fast enough. And once you're going to start putting on your wire going to heat up, but took the heat after your gun. Sorry about that. And next thing you know, you're like at 20 watts and it's not enough to melt the solder and make everything stick together. Now let's pre-tint our physical wire itself right here. You're just going to go on your blade and it's done. Flip the jig on the side. I'm just not sure if you guys can see it. Now again, I could do it inside, but I'll do it outside. Heat up, done. Now always make sure your positive and negative. Now my positive is outside here and my negative is on the bottom. Now we're going to do our positive. What I do, I warm up my wire itself. When I see it starts liquefying and I go on the connection, it's on the connection. Now, only problem I have, my jig is moving. When I know it's soldered, I keep it there. If I remove it, it won't stick correctly. It's still liquefied. And it's done. I don't know if you guys can see it. And this won't budge. Now let's do the other side. And let's say this would have been a battery side. I would have suggested you to put your shrink tube already and shrink it. Less chance of shorting out or doing something else. Again, heat up the wire. And when you're doing it, you could put a little bit of pressure to bring the wire down. Now we're going to remove it out of the jig. And again, I'm not sure if you guys can see this one, but again, same thing too. And you bring your shrink tube over it. And you find your trusty lighter. And basically heat it up. Not burn it. But there you go, guys. One side done. Let's say I would have put a shrink tube on that side, put it over, done, and you have your converter from Traxxas to Deans. Let's say your vehicle's a Traxxas and you want to put a Deans battery, this would be what you need. If you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Any comments, post them down below. I'll be glad to answer you guys. There you go. Enjoy.